Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to have just two handsome guys having a quick chat and getting ready for the weekend. This is the Working Perspectives Weekend Pop-In. As always, I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by my editor and producer, Tom Byers. You can find us on all podcast platforms at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can find us on Spotify at The Working Perspectives Podcast and on YouTube and Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. If you want to follow along with us on Twitter, hit us up at Working P Pod. Okay, let's get started. All right, Shake.
Yes, sir.
Let's have a chat, buddy.
Okay, let's talk. We have no guest today.
No guest, no problem. We're going to make it easy. All right, so...
This is what the people want anyway. They just want to hear us talk. These guests get in the way.
Yeah, these guest schmoes just take up our good airtime.
With their stupid jobs.
Yeah, with their stupid professions, you know. Gosh, who wants to hear about that? They want to hear you and me talking about, wrestlers getting boners. You know what I mean? Come on. We know what the people want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, first thing I did want to say, speaking of the people, I wanted to give an update on the show. So thank you to everybody. The show is growing. We have passed 1,000 downloads on all podcast platforms. So thank you for that. We have gone over 1,000. Just over a month of releasing episodes. So 1,000. That's so great. Can't thank you enough. On YouTube, we're coming up on, I don't know exactly how many, but we got a couple hundred there, hundreds or so on YouTube, which is great. But I can't thank everyone enough for the support and like how you've been communicating and joining us and being available for interviews. It means the world. Me and Shake we love doing this and we have a great time doing it. And I hope that never ends and your support will continue to let us do this.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have people booked for months and months. So
yep.
It's just going to get better and better.
Yeah. Let's better and better or worse and worse. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to go through it together. So
yeah, whatever it is, we're along for the ride.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you listen to the podcast or when you listen to other podcasts, do you listen on YouTube or on your, I know that you do not have an iPhone. So do you listen on like Google Podcasts?
Yeah. So I usually listen to each episode 3 times, once on YouTube, once on Spotify, and once on Google Podcasts.
Oh, you do have it on Spotify. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Cause it's available on Spotify, which, a lot of people don't even know that Spotify has podcasts.
Yeah, because it's kind of hidden on Spotify. So on everywhere, if you put Working Perspectives Podcast, it pops up. But on Spotify, you have to put the Working Perspectives Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big schlimmeroosh there.
I see.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
And Spotify they've
Hopefully
invested a lot of money into podcasts. They bought The Ringer, which is Bill Simmons' network, for like a zillion friggin' dollars. And
yeah, they got Rogan too.
Yeah. So they I think they've like realized they've conquered the music world and there's like not much more territory. So they just figured like, what are we going to spend our money on? Let's do podcasts.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're waiting. I'm waiting for the payday from Spotify. So we'll take half of what Bill Simmons got or Joe Rogan.
Duh. I'll take a freaking toenail's worth of what those guys got. Are you kidding me? I'll take anything.
So Matt, who are we going to air this upcoming Tuesday?
So we're airing the episode we're coming up is someone who's a supervisor of policy, procedures, and something else. But either way.
She works at a mortgage company.
So are we saying the name?
I don't know. What do you want to do? No, let's just leave it as a profession. We'll leave it as a profession.
Yeah. She works at a mortgage company. You're gonna love it. No, it's a she. We'll say that for all those detectives out there. It's a she. She's a sweetheart. She came on. This is actually the first part of a two-part series that we're
Mm-hmm.
doing with her. So that's fun. We're gonna start that where we're gonna start airing episodes maybe a little shorter and breaking them up into two-part mini series. But yeah, they're gonna be good, you know. So and would love some feedback on that from our fans, what they would like. But
Yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna start with her, and yeah, and it's gonna be good. We got some good stuff. We got some one of the new recurring segments that we're gonna have that's been a massive hit thus far is something Shake came up with. It's called Memory Lame. So we're gonna have a Memory Lame segment on the show. That's a hitter,
Yeah.
baby. That's all go. And speaking of Memory Lame, we want to thank Nikki Lavelle for submitting her Memory Lame idea
Oh,
on
yes.
Instagram
The one, the only.
for Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi from Nikki Lavelle on Instagram. Can't thank you enough. That was great, you know. And anyone else wants to give us some ideas for Memory Lane, which is something from the '90s or your childhood that you thought was awesome back then, and we vote on it to see if it's still awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
Memory Lane, shout out Nikki Lavelle. She hit us up on Instagram. So if you want to hit us up on Instagram or Twitter, we're at Working Perspectives Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter at Working P Pod.
Well, what's your opinion on the Tamagotchi, Mr. Matt?
Honestly, I don't know what it is.
You don't know what a Tamagotchi is?
No.
Okay. Well, you should Google it.
Isn't
A
it like a pet
Tamagotchi,
kind of thing?
yes. I think it's like a 90s version of a pet rock. And it was this little
Mhm.
circular thing that had like a little LED or an LCD. What I don't know, a
Oh.
little screen, little black and white screen, and you had to like feed it, which just meant you had to like press a button at a certain point every day. And your Tamagotchi had like a mood, and if it like you could like starve it to death. It's kind of intense. You mention it.
Oh.
Do you recognize it?
Oh.
Did you Google it?
Yeah, yeah, I recognize it. I see it. It does look familiar.
Yeah,
You know, it's not
absolutely.
bad. Not bad.
It's not
Not
bad.
bad at all. Little
It's a perfect
Tamagotchi.
90. It's a perfect object for memory lane, even though one of the hosts does not know what the hell it is. So,
I remember seeing them. They were big on like it was a keychain you'd put on a backpack, right?
yep. You put it on your school bag, and
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
that. Okay,
yeah. I
nice.
never in my house we never got these things like on time. We would if we were going to get a Tamagotchi, we would get it like 5 years after people cared about Tamagotchis. So
Sure, sure.
yeah,
That was your style. Wait
yeah,
till it was like basically given to you.
yeah. Matt, do you want to give a little bit of a preview this week because it's ironic that we're going to air an episode with a mortgage person who works at a mortgage company, and then the person that we're interviewing. So not the person we're airing, but the person that they're going to sit in the chair and go toe to toe with the best here. Who is that? Or do you just want to give a preview on what their job is? Maybe that might be a better idea.
So yeah, so the person that we got coming up, right? So we've had a lot of, well, let's just say we've talked about a bunch of jobs, right? And we've had
Hmm.
some people that have had a bunch of jobs on here, right? And
Yes.
there's some people that have had more jobs than they know what to do with, frankly, you
Right.
know. But the record for most jobs had, it was broken by our guest that we're interviewing next week. You know,
Ooh.
we're talking about someone that went from being a busboy and a delivery driver to working at a old folks retirement home to working at a deli in the Social Security building in downtown Philadelphia to working in Hawaii at a Bubba Gump restaurant to all these kind of rigmarole jobs all over
Hmm.
the country, all over the place, and then finally ending up as a job in real estate where he is currently working. There's another clue for our detectives out there.
Ooh.
But yeah, so that is actually the we this person had so many jobs and so much to talk about that we actually have them double booked. So they're going to be this week and next week.
Damn.
Yeah, double booking, good looking. Doing the thing.
Always cooking.
Always cooking with the double booking and the good looking.
Yeah. Okay. So people out there, if you're listening to this, first of all, thank you.
Yeah,
Second of
sure.
all, if you have questions surrounding the real estate game, the mortgage game, anything involving housing, if you're a renter that's getting ready to sign on the dotted line, if you already signed on the dotted line and you think maybe you got screwed, you should tune in and hear some expert opinions, and also on Instagram, hit us up with some questions. You know, you can. There's
Ooh,
a couple posts on Instagram where you could leave a comment and say, "Hey, you know, I signed a mortgage last week. Can I get out of it?" You know, maybe you'll say something like that,
yeah,
or
yeah,
you know, can I burn this house down and get away with it? Maybe you want to ask that kind of question.
yeah. Or should I rent to this person? Or should I buy from that person? Plenty of
Mm,
questions to be asked. Or what's
yeah.
a good time to turn on the air conditioner? Right? Should you do it in
Hmm.
April or should you wait till July? Who
Yeah.
knows?
And this is a big one because I've dealt with a lot of people that are remodeling their houses and they always want
Ooh,
to know what the newest trends are. So,
yeah.
hey, maybe you're going for a new countertop and you want to know if, you know, what should we go with, a darker color, a lighter color? You know, this person that we're interviewing next week is going to be able to answer these questions.
Hmm.
I mean, at least we're
Yeah,
hoping.
yeah. You damn right. You
They're going to answer
damn
these
right.
damn questions.
You damn right.
Okay.
Yeah. So nice. All right. So cool. So all right. So it looks like So everyone be ready. This week we got a mortgage person that's going to be airing. That show will be airing, and then while we're recording with a real estate tycoon. So, be ready for some good stuff coming down the line. And if you have any questions about mortgages or real estate or just in general, life questions, because we're here. We're here for you to answer any questions you might have, to
Hmm.
help you out. Because we do have some life experience, and Shake is a certified genius. So we can answer any questions that you might have.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. 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 So,
All right.
Shake, anything else we got to cover?
I don't know what do you got going on this weekend, man. Just a quick little idea on what you're doing this weekend.
Well, I'm a parent, so parenting.
Ooh,
That's
parenting.
it.
Some life lessons
Yep,
coming down the
same
pike.
thing we do. Yep, same thing we do every weekend, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
That's a good one.
But yeah, yeah. And then I did so for Valentine's Day, I bought my wife a lovely lady day where she's gonna go to the spa and all that fancy gimmick and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be watching the baby while she's out, doing her thing.
Ah, you bastard, man. And you know what? You and I talk every single week, multiple times a week. You are the crown prince of like good gifts and romantic gestures. And man, I saw Valentine's Day coming a mile away. It's the same day every year. It's also
Sure.
my dad's birthday.
Sure.
And man, I could do nothing to stop it. I prepared absolutely nothing. I was just standing there with my hands empty on Valentine's Day. And it was a Sunday, so like no distractions, blew it big time. So I got a lot of
Oh,
making up to do with the
what?
old with
So,
old
what did
Gil.
she? I mean,
She
are you
got she got
okay? What happened?
She got some flowers the next day, which is
Sure.
which is always a good which
Yeah.
always is a good deed.
Yeah.
Good move. But I don't know. I think we're gonna take a trip. We live in Southern California and we're supposed to drive up to Monterey in a few weeks.
Ooh,
So I think I'm
Monterey.
gonna plan some romantic, and she's from Northern California. She's from the Bay
Oh,
Area. So
yeah.
maybe when she's closer to home, I can do something romantic that might actually earn me some cred.
Hey, you did let her guest on an award-winning podcast.
That's
So,
true.
I mean,
Yes.
that might be the best present anyone could get.
Some
Really.
some say that's priceless.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I can if
If
I
you
can
can
if I can
scrounge it.
turn it around. If you don't
Yeah.
hear her on the upcoming episodes, that means it didn't work out.
Yeah.
If you find out that we if we had to stop airing episodes because we were sued by her lawyer, then you'll know that didn't work out.
Well,
Um,
or if you hear her lawyer as a guest on an episode, then you know, okay, something
yeah,
happened.
so, and we're paying
But
for it
I'm
somehow.
sure everything's gonna be a-okay. I know you like I think I do. I'm sure you're gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah,
just
yeah.
fine, bub.
And this weekend, real quick before we hit the old dusty trail,
Sure,
this
sure.
weekend, last weekend, my wife and I, we do not have any kids, which means
Mhm,
we just do extremely selfish, fun activities, very
mhm.
frivolous things.
Sure.
Our favorite thing in the world to do is to walk to a bar in the afternoon, like before the bar crowd hits, right when
Oh,
they
yeah.
open for the night shift.
Yeah.
And around here in Southern California, we live in Orange County, and things are expensive out here, and they like don't do happy hours. Like there's very few happy hours, which sucks because that's
Oy.
like, that's the fun part of going to the bar
That's
early is you get the
yeah,
cheap booze. They don't have it.
yeah.
But what
Ugh.
we like to do is just walk up to a bar. And obviously with COVID, we haven't been able to do this.
Yeah.
Um, but we found one outdoor sort of bar down it's like a 15-minute walk to it. And we walked up to it last week, had a couple beers. It was awesome. But then like the dinner crowd started coming in. So we booked it because
Yeah.
I
'Cause
don't
it
know.
sucks
Yeah,
when the
it's
dinner
get
crowd's there.
it, and especially with COVID and everything. It's not, we're not risking anything. We'll sit at an empty place, but when it starts
Yeah.
filling up, we get out of there. So I think tomorrow, or actually, I don't know, this weekend we're gonna mosey on back over there
Yeah.
and try to get some couple pops, as they say.
Yeah. Pop it in, pop it in.
Hmm.
Hey, if anyone deserves it, it's you and old Gil.
Yeah, well, she deserves it more than me. So
I mean,
keep her, gotta keep her even, man, even keeled.
yeah. I mean,
So,
buy her a beer or two, I'm sure all's forgiven, right?
oh yes, oh yes. She uh, she folds like a lawn chair when you get a couple beers. So,
Don't we all, pal? Don't
so
we
yeah.
all?
So have a great weekend, Mr. Matt.
Hey, right
And
back at you, buddy. I'm sure I'll be chatting with you.
yeah,
Not a day
yeah.
goes by that you and me don't, you know, have at least one conversation.
Yeah, yeah. One piece of wisdom back and forth to each other. So
It's
that's
more just like your wisdom coming to saying, "Hey, this is the smart thing to do," and me saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
hey, yeah, you're right.
Hey, you're right. All right, bud."
All righty,
Yeah.
sounds good.
So, all right, nice. So, all right, cool. Well, this was the inaugural, uh, that's the right word, the inaugural
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, Working Perspectives podcast weekend pop in with your
Hmm.
boy, old Uncle Matty, and Shake, Rattle, and Roll. And I think it went swimmingly.
It did. It did. Hopefully the people don't just want these instead. They might they might say they're going to say screw the 2 hour long interviews. Let's just give us
Yeah.
22 minutes of gold.
Oh, solid gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So, well, I mean, yeah, 22, 23 minutes, solid gold, whatever they want, whatever they want. We're here for the people.
Yeah. Whatever we can do for you people for free.
Yeah, we're here for you. For you. We're here for you.
We're your damn working mules.
Yeah, yeah. Just strap us to the plow. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jeez. But yeah, so either way, all right, well, this is great. So you can find us on all podcast platforms at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can find us on YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. I shouldn't say all podcast platforms because on Spotify, you got to find us at the Working Perspectives Podcast, and on Instagram, YouTube, all that. We're at Working Perspectives Podcast, and then on Twitter, on old Tweetski, Twitter, we're on Twitter at Working P Pod. So hit us up for any questions you have for a mortgage person or a real estate agent, and any life advice, or if you got a good memory lane, any of
Yes.
that could get you on the show.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right, Shake, you got anything you want to say to the people?
You're welcome. I mean, if any of you are going to buy a home in the future, you'll be at the table ready to sign, and you'll go, you know what? Those guys at Working Perspectives Podcast gave me this little insight, and now I'm gonna make this a success instead of an epic failure. So you're welcome in advance.
Yeah, amen to that.
And I'm sure your significant other, your husband, your wife out there, they'll say, man, I'm glad you listened to those podcasts, those guys, Working Perspectives.
Those guys at the Working P Pod, they really know how to set you straight.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's shut this thing down.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of the weekend pop-ins. Thanks for listening, and stick around for the ad read.
Adios, amigos.